What a freaking couple of freaking years it's been, eh? And then obviously freaking as with life, do you know what I mean? End up with conflicting roots of orientation. However, as a singularity in existence, I suddenly have no fear because something that I thought I was blind to, I no longer am blind to. By the way, I expect no one to have a fucking clue what I'm talking about in this video. I'm literally talking inside my own mind, which is a wondrous, wondrous thing. See this little freaking tickle I'm doing in the middle of my head, yeah? That's because that's my mind's eye, man. My mind's eye. Now, I'm a moronic idiot, really, in an actuality of a retarded sense, I suppose. And I smile at that because, freaking, mate, I wear it on my sleeve, like I've said. If I didn't, well, I wouldn't be honest to myself, I suppose. And at times, that's been half of my problem, I suppose, because in a life like today, you're not allowed to be honest with yourself in quite as an eccentric manner as I do sometimes, because on the perception of it, inaccuracies are assumed all the time. And you know what? It's frustrating for my autistic brain to function to an originality of a sense that it is destined not to be. There are certain things in life that my autistic brain is just incapable of understanding without explanation to a degree of me basically understanding. If I'm still telling you I don't understand, I still don't fucking understand. As intellectually capable as I seem to be. Like, I mean, some of the shit that comes out of this brain is clearly on a par with certain freaking astronomical events. And then, as on the other end of the spectrum, it could be equally so for that side of it. And I'll put that down to a testament of duality of existence. And a willing sacrifice, and do you know what I mean? Basically, mate, predisposition of requirements, because I'm a blessed soul on this earth, and for the first time I see it, in a sense of the light of glory that you see above my head. Because, mate, some angels are watching over me, I'll tell you that damn straight, mate. Because it would be a feasible impossibility if they weren't. Because there's no way of physically being able to be capable of having such blindness upon your own eyes and such clarity at the same time. How can you be blind and see at the same time? And yet, somehow, I seem to be that anomaly in existence, that I am both blind and I can see. And obviously we're talking metaphoric senses here. Obviously, I'm relating that in a correlation to something else. My eyesight works perfectly, and on reflection of freaking possible freaking perceptionalities, I mean no disrespect to anyone who is obviously suffering in the kindness of the reflection of what I've just said. But obviously, freaking, as with life, mate, there's freaking a conundrum of possibilities, of eventualities, and eventually you're going to put your foot in your mouth somewhere. So we're not going to freaking dwell on it too much, and I'm certainly not going to freaking stab myself in the heart for it, and like I say, drill myself in the head over it. I'm just not going to. However, recently I've had to express some emotional energy. Just to release it, basically. You can't store up that kind of intense emotional energy, that kind of intense physical energy, just the materialism of all kinds of fucking energies, basically, swirled into a tornado of fucking existence inside my head. And yet somehow I've managed to intermittently protect something that is severely precious to me. and that is my mind. I don't quite know how I've managed to salve within fractured compartmentalization parts of that preciousness, but I have. And I'm proud of that. It puts a smile on my face. Thanks to an innocent soul who through destinies of fate has entered my life and presented me with a gift of love, which came with accompanied restorative energies. So obviously, a direction of a route is going to change very drastically. However, again, my mind is trying to compartmentalize aspects of personality within that. Because as I fucking swore down blind to God above me, yeah, I weren't going to make the same sacrifice his son made before, I tell you that now. I weren't going to do it, mate. Because, right, an originality of a sense sacrificed for no fucking damn reason at all, apparently. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here sound vibrating today, I tell you that now, okay? I once got locked up for a representation of a correlation to this metaphoric expression in relation to a cosmic dimensionality of an eventuality which correlates in duality of existence to a prehistoric eventuality of something that's happened in the past. And obviously perceptionably it's impossible to communicate something because basically within the stars in the sky it depicts a picture of the truth within life existence purpose why. Now most people stand too close or physically are incapable of consuming that much information to see the truth behind what is trying to be being shown. There are a few in existence that can stand distant enough to view that picture clearly and its clarity in a sense of simplistic representationalism. The rest all see it as a complex, do you know what I mean, impossibility for humanistic understanding. There yet stands none worthy amongst the few who have borne witness to the truth to representationally present that truth to others in a receptive manner so that they can then see a correlation of a duality of existence in the truth of what you are trying to present as a knowledge of knowledge to a degree of certainty that is unquestionable in all dynamics of definitions of destinies. Now, most people will consider me to be crazy. However, I want you to indulge me a little bit. Just because, right, basically, I'm sitting here doing this on an iPhone, sitting in a magic chair, basically. No, I don't actually think it's a magic chair, do you know what I mean? I tell a 4-year-old it's a magic chair because it's on electric, yeah, and all this sort of stuff. Back when the Bible was written, yeah, mate, people didn't know shit about shit, mate. Right? So, don't expect me to live a lie today that is shit upon shit upon shit upon shit, because I ain't going to do it, mate. Right? Right? It's a lie, mate. Alright? A fucking lie. Now, I mean, no disrespect, because obviously the fractured representation of what I'm trying to give you, yeah, you're going to misrepresent some of what I'm relating to in relation to what I'm actually speaking to in an instance of something. Because I'll be yapping on about something and I'll be going, look, and you'll think it's to do with something that it's not, right? So I'm just going to freaking yap on a little bit and fucking conundrumalizingly conceal some freaking things that I wish to reiterate in a dimensionality of time that is not today. Because obviously today is very much about this light of innocence that gave me love, okay? Because it is his day today. It's his birthday. So, obviously, I'm now in my own personal time, so I want to do that, but obviously I've had to sort of reserve some of my consciousness and my personality and my fucking energies to do you know what I mean, give that gift of freaking what I received, the due course of freaking worthiness that it's deserved. There was no way I was going to be selfish and freaking work on my stuff in my head while, do you know what I mean? So I've had a fucking wonderful day, playing around like I'm a little fucking 4-year-old, mate, and I fucking loved it. So I'm not going to give you the specifics of that because that's all personal. But anyway, basically, I've obviously reached a rechanneling in basically being true to myself, because I'm always told that I'm wrong. And in aspects of lies, probably yes. In aspects of a fucking depiction of truth, not a chance in hell. If in my head, yeah, right, I have guaranteed to a certainty of a definition of an existence, right, and an exterior force tries to tell me that what I know to be truth isn't truth, right, I am not going to fucking indulge you at all. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like, doubt is a weapon of evil, and it is placed into existence as consequence to the duality of existence. So knowing the parameters within such, obviously I can define a line between what is what and what is what. Now, unfortunately, in the day and life of existence that we live in today, right, 90% of our life we live in a lie. Well, 99.9999999 reoccurring until there's fucking literally the minimalist percent that's left. Because obviously, an inaction has been forced to be delayed. Representationally, I can just reflect that that's probably not phrasingly correct in my freaking formulation of words to try and elaborate something. So I'm gonna freaking probably reel over it a bit. But basically, we have built foundations upon foundations upon foundations up into fucking roots of trees that have grown up into the earth that are fucking now sky high. And we're thinking we're fucking basically doing the right thing. Well, we're not, because our foundations are built on lies, basically. And if the foundations are built on lies, well, the rest that follows is just an extenuation of that lie. Now, obviously, the huge impossibility of reversing something from the past. You cannot go back into the past and change time. However, right, cyclically, replenishingly, right, the earth changes, right, ancestrally, the earth changes, okay. Selfishly, we dictate that our lives are important, and they're not. Hence why I've sacrificed my mind, body, and soul and heart. Well, no, actually, I refuse to give my heart to God. God asked me for my heart. The earth asked me for my heart as sacrifice, and I said no. And I was stubborn in that. I'll tell you that now. It took fucking God a long time to give in. And obviously, I thought he'd given in, and then he didn't give in. So obviously, whether he's trying to teach me a lesson or not, but what he doesn't know is I'm gonna not bow down like the predecessor. So I have a huge impossibility of a quest, and yet insanity dictated I would still go on that quest. I don't think it's insane. It's a sacrifice. Okay. If I get to the end of my journey and I find emptiness, I will not find emptiness, because I have rooted that direction to an end result of a definition. And if I reach there, and I know it's not, at least I know a humanistic entity has taken that quest, and we haven't reached a position where existence could have flourished and flowered into fucking a garden and an Eden of existence. So I'm very much not insane. You can freaking well get me tested quite happily. and results will come back the same. I am compos mentis as a fucking compos mentis man can be in an existence that is a lie, especially when he is bounded by destinies of fates to be freaking trapped in barriers of freaking consequence and action abilities. Obviously, the masquerading of a frontier of fear, very much guardianships this lie, and it is a very delicate situation to try and communicatively sound vibrate an expression to sort of deliberate upon such a subject. Those who have quested upon such before have ignited ignious acts through the duality of existence of evil. Because the blindness has been bestowed, as would be such a trickery of evil. However, do you know what I mean? A trickster can only play his tricks so many times. And the trouble with tricksters is, when they play their tricks on people, they'll have people that will copy them. And then eventually, within the ripples of existence, knowledge is gained. And future generations can have an equal shield of weapon of power to fight against the sword. The shield will always be mightier than the sword. Because the sword has only a quest of evil, and a shield has a quest of empress protection, of freaking Eden's existence, and energies that would freaking what's the word? There is no word. That's the whole point. So, in the destinies of fate, with the opposituality of an existence of such that is knowledge to be so that is non-existable or determinably never existable as an impossibility. So like I said, you can never go back in time. Right? Well, actually, did you know that's a lie? If a thought process is mirrored in reflection of duality of existence, then in reflection of travelling back in time, one would be able to basically shift through dimensionality of energies rather than of entities. So, basically, you cannot physically go back in time. However, the dimensionality of time travel is still existent. The routes of navigating are bounded by boundaries that conceal truth of simplicities. So imagine that basically it was possible for knowledge to be existent within someone as a result of time fracturing differentiation of basically distortion due to duality of existence. So although because the mirrored reflection isn't always an exact copy, so although you've got time travel, you can't go back in past, well maybe you can, it's not quite like that. You will get the same result and end of knowledge, but the perception is completely freaking warped into an inability to attain. Now, I know it sounds a little bit big-headed to freaking be talking this sort of shit in representation to what I know is a correlating freaking reference of freaking dictionary thesaurus map fucking picture dictate. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't expect you to have the rest of the puzzle. And I can only sound vibrate so many words at once to try and freaking correlate a definition of an explanation of a fucking whatever it is I'm trying to fucking whop out at you. But basically, and I say basically quite a lot because it's not basic at all. It's actually very complicated to try and navigate through Patrick's fucking sound vibrations. However, To me, it is very simplistic, very basic, and very black and white. Um, I am under no illusions as to the existence of existence. However, I am not fool enough to be dictated as to an orientation of philosophically following a foolish freaking lie. Obviously, in daring to destine an arrival of existence that is Eden in existence, heaven on earth. Like I say, like why shouldn't someone try? Why shouldn't someone try and do it? Basically, it is just freaking baffling my mind how the world is fooled into its masquerading as basically still doing cave drawings, because in the dawning of a new era, possibilities will be boundless in cooperating hands.